So, Christian, we start recording. Thank you very much for coming. And thank you very much for allowing me to record this session. Please give me your permission to record this session and to use it later for my social media.
Yes, you got my permission, and I'm very much looking forward to this session. Thank you for allowing me to take part.
That. And just for you to know, of course you know it, but I have to say it once again, that everything that you are sharing today is confidential, except that if we still decide to publish this session, then it's going to be published, right? So, but still, if at some point...
Everybody who's watching it, not allowed to say anything.
Yes, but still, if at any point, Christian, you feel like, no, I'm not sure anymore that I want it to be recorded, tell me stop. And I will stop recording and I will not save it. Yes. And also in the end of the session, I will ask you your permission if you are still okay, or if there is something that came up that you don't want to really be shared. Okay. So feel comfortable and feel safe. Thank you. So thanks for sharing that. Okay. So you switched from being an employee to being a freelance, which is your own business, let's say, and you would like to build up your own freelance business. And one of the directions that you think about is being a startup coach. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes, right.
Wonderful. Yes, thank you so much. So we are going then to speak about your business as a future business, right? Because you haven't yet set it up, if I am not mistaken.
That's yes. I have done one project for my old company. But that's over already, and now I have to find a way to find new projects.
Okay.
Which is the most difficult part.
Okay, yeah. So great. So that's already okay. So you already started. Wonderful. So what we are going to do today is we are going to do the wheel of your business. Let me share my screen with you. So I already asked Christian before to think about the wheel of his business. So, and I already sent to Christian before this document, which is the wheel of business. So we look at your business or your future business, and Christian has chosen several aspects, segments that are important parts of his business or of his future business that are important now. All right? So I will show some ideas. What segments can there be? So let me go to the second page. Yes. So basically, you draw a circle with 8 equal segments, and you identify 8 key areas of your business that are important at the moment, or the key areas that are important in the beginning for your business if you just are starting your business. So here are some ideas. Those can be investments, marketing, partnership, networking, business model, technology, customer service, environment, social value, your purpose in this business, brand, your growth potential, analytics, in general, the business development, teamwork, whatever priorities you choose, whatever segments you imagine that are important for you at the moment in this business, for this business, and for you personally in this business, of course, because actually the own business is also a reflection of your personality. So, and Christian already has done that. And Christian, you sent me this photo, right?
Yes, I sent you a photo. It's very green. I don't know why. I think it was a light. And
Is it still the same or has anything changed for you?
I changed just one thing just now. I put marketing and sales here together.
Okay.
So it was marketing before, and I also put sales there now.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
of I think that it should also be reflected, but they belong together a bit.
Okay, so marketing and sales together. And so let's just check if it's still all the rest is still the same. So marketing and sales. What is this? Say
security or safety. It's basically it's how secure my income is, how secure the whole business is at the moment.
Okay, so how secure the business is at the moment.
I don't hear you right now. I don't know if that's because of me or because of you.
Can you see my screen?
My headphones are still on.
Maybe when I
hear you. No.
Okay. Okay. So this one is.
So I can, if you want, I can also go through them. So basically, in the beginning, I was thinking about, or you can see the upper part is more really business related. So there's income profit, which was the first that I put, and how much do I actually get money and how much do I get?
Okay.
Marketing is marketing and sales, all that kind of stuff, getting new contracts. Then and security and safety is how secure that business is actually for me, and that is there because at the moment it's not secure at all, and I have no idea if it's all going to work, and this is like something that is really bothering me. I put it here, and on the left side, it was partnerships because I'm just now starting there, like making partnerships, and then I struggled a bit with the business side because all these operations and all these things. I mean, I'm very much starting and I know what I'm going to do, and these are the parts that I now have to work on. But all the others, they didn't resonate with me, so I went more with a bit like a personal side. And then you see that this four on the bottom is more like the motivation that made me also change my career. So made me also quit my job and now pursue this self-employed pursuit, and that is learning.
Okay.
So that's an important part for me. Do I learn something? Then there's personal freedom and self-actualization, and contribution and purpose. That is what I put together. Because these are actually the things that I am seeking with these career changes I'm doing. And basically, and so I thought it makes sense to reflect them here as well.
Wonderful.
Because also we can see the upper part will be very, very low, and the lower part will be a bit higher.
Okay. Okay.
There's the balance.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for
Most
sharing.
likely.
Yeah, Christian, and this is really interesting. Very nice reflection that you have like two parts of the wheel. Still, it's the business wheel, but it has a lot of personal segments, right? Because as a personal business, as your own business, now it's not just
I am the business. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, wonderful. This is so good. Yeah, very nice. Nice reflection. Can you tell me a little bit more about this self-actualization? What do you mean by this segment?
Like, am I my own? I'm my own boss. I decide what to do. I decide when to do it. I decide where to do it. Nobody can tell me. You have to. I mean, when I have a project, then they can tell me. But it's not that I'm stuck somewhere for 2 years and then I have to do what someone else tells me. It's just everything I do for myself, or for my business, and not for someone else, not for someone else's business.
Great. Yes, wonderful. And what do you mean, Christian, by partnerships?
That is something that came up the other day because I actually thought partnerships, I'm not going to have many partnerships in my business. And then I talked to another product manager, freelance product manager, who's at the moment, who's like working from a boat. and is now in French, whatever, in the Pacific Ocean. And and I wanted to get some experience from her. Like, how did you get new contracts? All that, like, how do you do sales? Where do you find customers? And then and we exchanged some experiences and what we want to do. And then she was talking about one, the dark side, let's say, of this business for her that resonated very well with me as well. That in the end, there's also something nice in working for a company because you have a team that is there all the time. You work with people on something together, and you have long-term relationships with these people. And you know, and as a freelancer, when you only do like 3 months here, 3 months there, you don't have that. And she said that is also for her. You always, like when you do business development, let's say for your own business, you do it alone. Everything you do alone. And I also think many product managers, at least me, I like to work with people. And for me, also this career now that I'm pursuing, I have these, let's say, doubt or not fear, but concern that for me it's also not natural because I like to talk to people, I like to meet them in person, I like long-term relationships with people, and
Yes.
so and that is also something that she said like, "Ah, I don't want to work alone on my stuff anymore." And then she came up, hey, let's talk, and now we have a meeting. And the day, like not next week, the week after. Possible partnerships that we can do workshops together or something like that, and then you don't have to do everything yourself, and you can also have a sparring partner for everything, right? Because if you prepare a workshop and you haven't done it before, you just do what you think is best, and then hope for the best, let's say. And now you can at least spar with someone, and I have done something like this before. I think this will not work. Maybe try this. That you not with everything you're alone. And so I think then that came up, these partnerships, which I didn't consider before.
Yeah.
And now I do that more.
Okay. Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Wonderful. Yes. Very good reflection as well on that. Yes, because here is one thing that is self-actualization, that I want to be my own boss, right? But on the other side, I want to work with people. I want to have, people to work with. So partnerships are also important to you here in your business. Yes, good. So the next step that we are doing is, as you remember, so I will just demonstrate it here. So what we do is we evaluate from 1 to 10 on the scale from 1 to 10 each segment of your business according to its importance, Christian. Yes. So you remember when we did the Wheel of Life, we evaluated our assessment, how happy I am with this segment in my life, right? So in this time for the business, we are going to take it from a little bit different perspective. And let's have a look from the perspective of importance, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So now we look at each of the segments. That's a twist, exactly. So we look and we evaluate on the scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is, well, it's not really important now at this moment, okay? And 10, that it's vital, okay? And we look at it from the prospect of now, okay? So I totally understand that all aspects are important, right? But let's have a look at now, at this moment, let's say for the nearest 3 months, right, as you are just starting your business now. So what is important and how important it is now on the scale from 1 to 10?
And the important is for the success of the business or for me?
Up to you. If you think that those are two different things, then you can choose one of them.
I think for the upper part of my wheel, it's for the business, and for the lower part, it has an effect on the business because it has an effect on my motivation, but it's not uh, it's not as important. But for me personally, they are important and that is the reason why I changed my careers. So,
but how do you think are they connected? How is your own personal importance connected with the importance of the success for your business?
I guess, yeah, okay. If I don't find something important, then I'm not going to be successful. Because, because then my heart is not in it.
Okay.
So the lower part is basically my intrinsic motivation, and the upper part is kind of hard business KPIs.
Okay. Yeah.
But let's see. I mean,
yeah.
Let's see how.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm
I
giving
can
you
also just
a
say
couple
for
of
me,
minutes. Yeah, you just do it and you verbalize whatever you need and want to verbalize. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Okay.
Let's just go with that. Okay. So I'm going to start with partnerships. So how important are they? I thought they're not important at all, but I realized they are. Not just for profits, but also for my personal, let's say, motivation and well-being. So because I knew before, but I didn't want to know. I didn't want to. There's part of me that annoys me. That I'm very motivated by external validation, external pressure. Like if someone has expectations, then I perform. If my own expectations are like, it's okay. But I think this will help me with performing.
Okay. I forgot to ask you, Christian. Can I take notes of what you are?
Of course, yeah.
Just for me to give you better feedback. Thank you.
Sure. So that's also something that was bothering me before, because I know that I'm annoyed by it. I'm annoyed by my own lack of motivation when it's just my own expectations that I have to fulfill. But if others have expectations on me, I want there's like judgment, and everything is neat. Everything should be perfect and very good. And
okay, so partnerships. How important is that on the scale from 1 to 10?
I would say at the moment I would put it 2. I would still say I have to do a lot of things on my own, but also I have 2 businesses. One's my freelance business, the other one is my startup coaching. With startup coaching, I am working with a partner also, and there I will most likely get my first jobs anyway, only by the partner. So I think it's good that I have it, and I would put it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the moment, it's at 5.
Okay, it's at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 5? To remind you, yes, at the moment. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that it's not important at all, but just at this moment when you are just starting it up, right?
Yeah. Because for now, my biggest goal is to get my first project in product management, to get some cash and some safety. And then my next step would be to ramp up my business coaching or my startup coaching. But first, I really need to get a project to get some money.
Okay.
So I would now put it at 5.
Okay.
Income profit. Very important at the moment. This is basically because I'm running out of money, and yeah, for me right now, really one of the biggest priorities is getting my first contract, getting cash in the bank, because that is also with security. I have funding this August, maybe a bit longer, but at some point it's going to be tight. So for me, I would say income is important. I would put it at maybe 8 because I still have to. I mean, I wouldn't put it at 10 because I still have a bit, but that is a very high priority for me right now. And marketing sales is actually, I would say at the moment, the most important. So I'm working at the moment on my website. I'm checking different platforms for freelancers. I constantly am working on my CV to improve that. And that's all what I'm doing. What I put all in marketing and sales. So yeah. So that is a 10. I don't know. I cannot. It's basically full. Should I already fill them out or should I just draw the lines?
It's up to you, Christian. That's your wheel of business. Yes, wonderful.
Okay. I can do whatever I want.
Yes, you can do whatever you want. You're your boss, you remember?
Yes, okay, perfect. So, and now that we go to marketing sales, so now that we go to security and safety, I didn't read the instructions well. I thought it's similar to the wheel of life and how happy we are. That's why I put it there. And I'm not happy with that at all because so that's why I put it there. But you can also put importance. I mean, I wouldn't, let's say it like this, I wouldn't be in this situation if it were important for me that I have a secure income all the time.
Okay.
But I realized that it is bothering me more than expected. It also has something to do with my fear of failure. I don't want to fail. I don't want to go. Yeah, I don't want to fail. I don't want to say I tried and it didn't work out. That would be like no. I rather go home to my parents and save money to live there for a while very cheaply before I say I failed. Don't know how long, but let's see. But as said, it's more important than expected. So I would say, but in the long run, to be honest, I would put maybe a 4. Yeah, let's do it as 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a 4. Yes. So we have partnerships at 5, income profits at 8, marketing sales at 10, and security safety at 4. Those are the, let's say, the obvious business areas. So let's go to learning. For me, learning is something very important. I get bored if I like to do new things all the time. I get bored if I do the same things, and then I can't do it anymore.
Okay, learning.
And
how important
and
is
I'm
this?
constant. Yeah, I would say let's put it at 7.
At 7, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. Yes. So and then personal freedom, super important at the moment. Which is funny because it wasn't important before, but at the moment in my current situation, I value it very high. So I would put it at 8.
Super important. Okay.
Self-actualization. To be my own boss, to work for myself, it is important, but not. That's not the only reason. what it is a motivating factor. I would put self-actualization at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe at 6.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
6. Mm-hmm.
That's 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sad that I don't have the colorful pencils
Oh, yes.
for my wheel of life. This looks very.
You can do it later. You remember we can do the wheel every like 6 months minimum.
Yeah, right. Or I do one separate wheel for one of the segments.
Okay.
Okay, and then contribution and purpose, which is also important for me. That's why I do the startup coach, because I have the feeling that I'm just doing stuff for companies and not for real people. And companies are earning money, and who cares? And so that is also, I would put it also to 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 means super important for you.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, every time you say 8, you say it's super important.
Yeah, I would say 8 or more is quite important.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me give you my feedback, what I have here, just as a summary. Wow, that looks beautiful. Yes. Wow, we can see now already what is on the upper side and what is on the bottom side of the wheel. So partnerships, 5, income profit, getting cash, 8, marketing and sales at 10, the priority, security and safety, it's bothering more than expected, so it's at 4, learning at 7, personal freedom at 8, self-actualization, which works as a motivation at 6, and contribution purpose working, not just for the companies, but for people, is at 8.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So you mentioned marketing and sales is the top priority, which is at 10 for you.
Yes.
Okay. So, and you can see that there are 3 more segments that are also of high importance for you now. So which area do you think would have maximum impact on your business now?
Marketing and sales.
Marketing and sales. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Which of these areas and these aspects or segments are the most challenging for you?
I think partnerships would be the most challenging, because for marketing and sales, I know what to do. I just have to do it. And I'm kind of like getting tangled up with different priorities in there, because, for example, with marketing and sales, I want to create a business a website, and there's different tools that I can create the website with. There's one tool that is easy to use, it's drag and drop, and I could create a website very easily. But there's another tool that is more complex, that is more in the learning category, that is more complex, that will also help me with other tools that I will use in the future. So there's more like, okay, if I use a more difficult tool, it will take more time, but I would learn more. And it's not just about delivery, like delivering what I like, checking the box, but I'm also gonna learn, and it's more a long-term investment. But now when I'm thinking about it, good that we do this. And I was thinking about this before as well. I just have to just fucking do it. Sorry, excuse my French. Just get my things done and use the easiest tool and just get the fucking website done, so it's done. Because it's always like, I have a huge list of other things. Just wait for the website. I have like a list of personal recruitment agencies that I want to write, but I was like, okay, I only write them when my website is done. And my website is not done because I have to learn the tool, and so I'm breaking myself also maybe because there's the devil is in the detail. I don't know if you have this, but once there's a lot of decisions you have to make when you make a website, and a lot of things that you have to consider. And when you are learning a new tool, you don't have to consider or make all these decisions because you still have to learn. So it's also a bit like putting off
Okay.
the difficult part.
Okay.
But now that we are talking about it, I'm just going to use a simple tool and do my website, and then I can learn some stuff some other time when I don't have to do marketing and sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most challenging, you mentioned partnerships for you at the moment.
Yes, because I wouldn't know, because it's still a very big question mark, like who to partner with. I have now, and even the ones that like the other freelancer I talk to, we talk, but I don't even know how we can, like, how that will. It's just a super open topic, and I don't know what we can partner with and what that will look like. So that is more.
So this is with a big
It's
question
like
mark.
unknown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So which of these segments has like the most clarity for you? So like the partnership is a big question mark. So which one is the clearest? Like this is very clear for me.
Marketing and sales. It's super clear. I know exactly what I have to do. I'm just doing it.
Okay, super clear. Okay, wonderful. Yes. I remember you told me that, this also fun and enjoyment is important for you in your life. You told me during our previous meetings. So, if you look at these segments as your activities, then which of them are the most fun for you to do?
Learning.
Okay.
And I think contribution and purpose would also be when I feel really I'm doing, at the moment, it's still, all this business development and maybe operations would be something, but because I like to do stuff. And now it's all, if it's fast, yeah, I would like to give that away. I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to do sales. I don't want to do that. Selling myself, I find really difficult. I feel really cringe when I have to tell someone how good I am and all that. And I have to do that at some point somehow. I feel.
Okay.
And yeah, that I would like to give away. Also to, for example, personal, or how do you call it? Personal. These companies that sell people, not sell people like agencies that have like huge databases of people where when you need someone, I don't know how you call them.
The agencies for getting leads. Yeah.
Yeah. Or for getting people where companies go and ask for people. And I would love to just give my CV to them and then find me a project, and you get 10%. I don't care. Yeah.
Good. Okay, Christian.
Yes, and I'm doing that.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Yes, this is interesting. Interesting insight that let me tell you what I hear here is that marketing and sales is the top priority, and this is something that is totally clear for you at the moment. You totally know what to do. You totally know how to do, and you also gave this interesting reflection that, I still apply my perfectionism there, like the devil is in the details. So maybe I just have to forget about the details and just do it. But on the other hand, in future, I would like to delegate it. Like,
I think also it would, in hindsight, it would have made sense to separate marketing and sales, because sales I don't want to do. I really don't want to do sales.
Okay.
And like I might have to do cold calls and find companies that actually don't have projects, but then ask them, hey, do you need an interim project manager and all that, and which will be really. So, I mean, on the one hand, it will be really uncomfortable for me. On the other hand, and then there's learning again. I like if I learn new stuff, and then I'll be like, okay, I've never done this before. Let's try. Let's try how it works. I will just do it, and I will learn something new that I haven't that I didn't know before.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. So the learning is important. So yes. So you would do it by yourself. You learn it, and then when you are fulfilled with this learning at some segment, and when you know how it works, then you would like to delegate. Am I correct?
Or if I have money to delegate.
Okay.
There's the income again.
Okay. So then this income profit at 8. Yes. So how do you feel about that one? Let's speak about income and profit segment. When you look at this, how do you feel about it? Not what do you think, but give me your feeling about that segment.
I don't like to. My feeling is I don't want to work only for income and profit, and I really, I'm loose with money. I'm not good with money. I just want to have it. So, I mean, I don't want to have a lot of money, but I don't want to, I don't want to look at money. I just want to, it should be there, and then I can use it and not. But you have to have money, or you have problems. So for me, money is not the most, was also never the most important factor for motivation. But now I'm looking at it in a way that, okay, I'm running out of money. Fuck.
So on this scale, was it that because you're running out of money there?
It's a pressure that I don't like.
It's a pressure.
To make money, I have to at some point again have to pay rent and all that. So I need money. You need money to survive.
Yes.
But it would be nice if I could just work and then live somewhere. And if to do everything without money. It's a part of life, and I mean, you can go around it, but I don't like it.
Okay. Okay. So,
but for now, and why is this so important is that I now realize, okay, like how much it affects me. This, I don't know where the next money is coming from. Oh, I have these and these costs. How will I pay for them at some point? And that's why they are now important, because before that, I always had money. My salary was okay, and came and it went.
Okay.
But I wasn't really like stingy about it.
So it sounds like two contradictory things. Like, I know it is important, and it's 8. Importance is at 8, but it's a pressure because I don't like it, and I'm not good at money. All these, limiting, beliefs about money are coming out. So if you like, we're not going to dig deeper into this topic now, but if you like, we can dedicate a coaching session to just explore the relationship with money and the connection and effect on that on your business, right? Because as you are saying, it is important for the business. Like, it's impossible to business is about money finally, but on the other hand, it's not only about money, right? So we have this contribution and purpose here and personal freedom. So there are other things that are much more motivating, right? Okay.
Yes. The motivating factor is fear. For the money at the moment.
Oh, yes, fear is also a motivating factor. Okay. So, and I remember you told me last time that you love being authentic. You like when you are authentic. Yes, there are some moments in your life when you lose this authenticity, but you love being authentic. If you look at your business and your state of feeling being authentic with yourself, being who you are, then which of these segments are you, the most authentic you?
Okay.
Or maybe you want to say which of them are like not really authentic.
So I feel, which is not really authentic, is income profit and sales. There I will have trouble because in the sales side also I think that in this business I have to kind of come over. I have to appear very professional.
Yes.
But I like to be authentic. And I mean, I know what I'm doing and I'm good at what I'm doing, but if I am authentic, then I'm not so professional. I mean, how I'm talking right now. I'm using I'm open, and I have the feeling that this might
Thank
not
you for that.
over as professional. And for some, I think for some customers this might be an advantage. I also think as I'm selling my own person, this is also part of what I'm selling. So I'm still, I'm a bit in this. I don't know because I have no experience yet. I don't know how the business works really, and I would love to just be, hey, bro, you need someone to help you, something like that. And just be myself. But on the other hand, I fear that this comes along. So I have to find a good way to be both. Because I also tried to, I did some sales interviews before, and I wasn't authentic, and I realized that it didn't work out well. But still, I have to find, I think, a good way how to be on the one hand authentic and on the other hand professional. Yeah.
So now, after all these verbalization, and we're going through again all your segments, looking at your wheel of the business, what do you want? What is something that is opening, coming, that you want to say?
What I want to say. I have to get my ass up to get my website finally done, so I can do the next steps. It's really blocking me, and I now realize that I'm stalling, I'm procrastinating. So I'm just gonna, and I know how. But that has been a process already in the last couple of days. I know what I have to do. I also know the tool I have to use. I'm just gonna switch, use the other tool, and then do the learning at some point in the future or not, when it's more appropriate. First, like prioritization. I don't prioritize. I should not prioritize learning now, but marketing and sales. That should be my first priority.
Okay, good insight. Yeah. What else is showing up?
What else is showing up? That is actually the most profound thing. I mean, and not now, but before already, this partnership stuff. I remember that in the business plan, I wrote that partnerships are not important in these cases, in my business, but I started to doubt that. And I think once the marketing and sales part is done, the things that I need to do, that would be the next step, basically, the next priority that I have to prioritize. So priority 2 would be partnerships. And I mean, income, of course, is important, but there's marketing and sales and partnerships are going to get me income. So I can't really focus on income because it doesn't come from itself. I have to do the other parts to generate it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
These are the parts that I really have to do.
So, Christian, if we have a look again where we started in the beginning, yes. So I will show once again the actually purpose of this wheel that we are doing, yes. So the purpose may be different, the result of this activity may be different, but it's always about clarity, prioritizing, and some transformation. So what is something that is more clear after now you did this tool with me? So what is something that became more clear, if there is anything?
Yeah, it's definitely prioritization and clarity. Mostly prioritization. Transformation, I would say not at all at the moment because I'm just studying it and I had this whole transformation is already not long ago. So it didn't change. But prioritization to know, okay, seeing my, being aware of my own habits and knowing what to do next and what really to focus on right now.
Okay, good. So, how would you like to finish our session, and what was the most valuable for you today?
I said, yeah, I think the prioritization that I now really know. Okay, I know this is important. I knew it is important. It's blocking me. I need to get it done. I just have to do it and then have a have it done, and then I can move on with the next parts. Because this is a blocking factor that I have for everything else. So in that sense, I'm gonna. What is today? Wednesday. End of the week, maybe. I'm gonna have my website done.
Wow, you're already putting the goal and the commitment for an action. Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. At least I can try. First website. First draft. Let's call it draft.
Let's call it a draft. Okay.
Yeah.
Some insights about yourself today.
Some insights about myself. Not really insights, because I knew that before, but some insights about the effects, maybe, that or that I verbalized them, especially with the partnerships, that I think these will really help me to motivate myself to not, because I was the last couple of weeks, I was sitting by myself on my laptop talking to ChatGPT the whole day, and it sucked. It was really not cool. And to write my business plan, and this is not how I want to work. And this is also not how I want to. This is not. I mean, I became a product manager because I like to work with people, and it was really not. It's not cool. Not what I like. So I think these partnerships is also something that makes me like the self-employment better and more, and makes me more motivated because I can work with people on a goal together. Maybe just have to. Yeah. I knew that before. I knew that I am a person who likes to work with other people.
Yeah.
And I was trying to fight that a bit because I wanted to be able to do stuff alone. You know why? Because I always felt, let's say, insufficient is the wrong word, but you know why can't I do it on my own? And I felt I have to be able to do that. And I still feel bad about that. To be honest, like I feel it's a kind of a weakness. That why do I need this? Why, when I'm alone, why can't I do it alone? So the question is, do I fight it and just really force through it and do it on my own, or do I take the easier way, maybe the easy way out? So it depends. Like, what is it then? You know, is it the easy way out? Is it just the smart way?
Yeah.
You could phrase it in both ways. You could say, "Hey, come on, just do the hard way, and then you do it on your own, and then you really accomplish something on your own." Or the other is, "Hey, if that is your strength, why don't you strengthen your strength?" And so these are two sides that are in my head and battling each other.
I just wanted to mention that I think you did the VIA character strengths test, right? But we haven't discussed it yet. So when we are going to speak about that, then you will be able to actually reflect on this question that you are raising now. Like, is it my strength or is it my weakness? Should I avoid it or should I fight it or should I accept it and use it as a strength? Okay, so we will dedicate a session for that.
Yeah. So I mean, I have to work with other people. It always makes me dependent and less free. And if I want freedom, I have, this is many different factors, interdependencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So thank you so much, Christian. And thanks for being honest, for sharing everything. And please tell me if you still agree to keep this record and if I can publish it on my social media.
Yes, you can make everyone jealous with where we work.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much, Christian. And I see you next week then probably. Anyway, we are in touch. We are in touch. Thank you. Good luck with your business.
Yeah, next week you will have to make me accountable for my website.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for your trust.